It works so well on this particular sound. I could increase the decay a bit. Could drench it up there. Use it as like a build-up. Hey guys, welcome back to the Emlyn in the Mix show, season 5, episode 31. Got a bit of a special one here. I feel like this one has snuck under the radar. This literally dropped a week ago and it is a fantastic sounding reverb. It has a lot of flexibility. Now, I don't normally just dedicate a whole show to an effect, but I feel like this one has definitely earned its place on the Emlyn in the Mix podcast /show /vodcast, whatever you want to call this. Where are you guys? Yes, right now you're watching the Emlyn in the Mix show. Thank you so much for joining me. Consider hitting like today if you like what you see here on the show today, me showing off. I don't think anyone else is talking about this plugin either. Make sure to hit like if you like what you see here today, and hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. There is absolutely no kickback for me on this video today. No affiliate links, you name it, none of that. I'm just here to show you this merely because I think this plugin is pretty freaking good and it is slipped under the radar and I want you guys to discover it. So if you like what you see here today, yeah, and you hit like, it does help the community, helps the algorithm, helps others find videos like this. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's get stuck straight into what is BX Aura /Brainworx BX Aura. So a world of reverbs to shape across time and space. So we are going to look at it. If you do want to skip ahead, I have a timeline down below of me playing with it with a little ditty that I'm working on at the moment, ditty /track. All right, let's just have a quick look at the overview here and then we'll get straight into a live demo. So BX is the new standard for creative reverbs, and it features distinct algorithms packed with intuitive parameters for unparalleled activity and flexibility and control. For producers looking to create the perfect atmosphere and sound artists exploring sonic frontiers, BX delivers a new world of reverbs. All right, big, bold claim there. Expertly crafted algorithms. So Brainworx has carefully crafted the distinct and versatile reverb types, and you can create a multitude of soundscapes from physics defying reverberations to realistic echoing environments. So it does have an echo in here. This is what is included. You got 5 reverb types. You've got space, room echoes, soft, and reverse. So your room is natural and intimate room reflections. Echoes is rhythmic delay elements with a reverb tail. You got soft, which is smooth and subtle reverb effects, great for pads, and reverse is one-of-a-kind backwards reverb effects. That's kind of cool because usually, you know, in the past, I know for myself, I'd use Pro Tools actually to do the reverse reverb effect, but it's nice this plugin actually just does it for you. Of course, there's space as well, which is an expansive and ambient soundscapes. And it also has a built-in time. Most reverbs do, but BX is packed with intuitive controls for adding movement and depth to your reverbs and ensuring they fit perfectly into your mix, including ducking and gating sidechain, multiple filter options, tempo sync, freeze, and more. Reverb with attitude, you can add color and character to your signal with the newly developed drive section featuring 3 modes, warmth, grit, and aggressive distortion. And it's packed full of presets. We'll have a look at those presets today. Anyway, that's pretty much it. There's over on the Plugin Alliance website, you can watch some videos. They have some screenshots of it here. That's all the different kinds there up behind me. Some examples of it in a track. I don't know, those pics aren't loading there. There you go, inside the door. But we're just going to jump over to a live demo here. I've got my green screen hat on there. As you can see, I don't know, everything sort of filters through it. Very funny indeed. Anyway, no more green on the show here on Emlyn in the Mix. Gotta wear different colors. All right, this is a new track. I mean, this is not really a track. Like, this track needs a lot of work. It's just an idea. I'll call it an idea at this point. It's not a bad idea, but I don't really know where it's going. But I think it's a good example to show on the show today. So hopefully I don't get sick of the same 4 chords going over and over. But I want to be able to show off how good this thing sounds. I'm pretty impressed. And I'm really enjoying using it actually. It's a very nice plugin. I've actually loaded a fresh BX Aura onto this channel, which I'm about to show you, just so you can hear how good it sounds. and I've just got the default preset up. So here's my track at the moment as it stands using a Juno 106 plugin. Alright, so we got a bit of auto filter going on there. Alright, let's turn the BXR on and let's load the plugin so you can see it here. Very nice GUI. We'll make it bigger for the show here today, so you can see it nice and big there behind me. Alright, so we'll play that same riff back, and now you get the BXR on. I'll just sort of play with it a bit here in the background just to sort of adjust the setting, but this is the default. Sounds pretty good. Pull the decay back a bit. Mix channel here in the middle. We can put the mix right up. And as the filter opens up there, you can really hear it opening up. I'll just play a different section of that riff. We've still got the BXR on, and then we'll go through some of the presets here. Actually, it's a bit short and stabby. Here we go. So you can really drench it with this space one as well. And you also have a freeze function, which will freeze it off. I don't know if you can hear that. So it's just awesome. That'll just infinitely freeze, which is very good. It just sounds so good. So I'll go through some of the different reverb types you have here as well. So this is on space at the moment. This is soft. You can adjust the time there, get some really trippy effects. We'll go to the next type here. So this is echoes. Actually, this sounds better on like the stabby type. Let's see if we can get the filter's right down on this section of the song. Let me just quickly, just for the sake of this video, we'll just open up the filter just for here. I just gotta remember to undo this. So if we go these two, like this, and just open up that filter there, just so you can hear it, for the sake of this video. All right, so this is with echoes on. And I love it. You can play with the decay here, especially for echoes, and you can have it rhythmically in time. So you can have it drenched with heaps of decay, or you can just have like short bursts, increase the size. Sounds good with sort of like a wet, dry parallel mix like this. You can also choose pre and post here as well, and you can cut it off where in the frequency band you want it to hit. I mean, for this particular sound, you could still have it like a low cut on it like this. You got width as well, which is really nice, especially for echoes like that. It's really cool. We'll bring the low cut back. And then down here, just next to where my head is, the drive here to add a bit of character. You can really dirty it up there. It sounds awesome. You got 3 different modes for that as well. And you've also got pre and post. I'll just freeze it. So this would be cool for like a drop. If you want to have a drop, the freeze function's really nice, and then you could kick back into your track, unfreeze it. Well, let's look at the next type, reverse. And again, you can sync it here as well. You can hear the reverse there. Heaps of size on it. Start getting some, it sounds quite eerie on this one. Dude, like how is don't sleep on this plugin. This plugin is actually freaking dope. I honestly cannot believe no one's talking about this. I know it only dropped a week ago, but damn, this is ridiculous fun. Yeah, it starts to sound messy if you turn the decay up on this reverse one, actually. Freeze it there. Yeah, it's crazy. But if you just put a short amount of decay or less decay, that actually sounds pretty cool. Like, that's a cool effect that I would have had to have gone into Pro Tools. I mean, you can do it in, depending on what DAW you're in, you can do it in pretty much any DAW. But I used to use Pro Tools for this effect. I just like Pro Tools because it's quick to sort of bang out an effect like this. Don't need to do that anymore with this plugin. It sounds so dope. And again, we could choose where on the frequency band you want this effect to hit. Do you want it filtered off, or that's nice. Kind of a bit more dreamy sound. Freaking cool. I told you might get sick of this riff today. I just want to show you. We're nearly through all the types, room, and then I'll show you applied to some other instruments. So this is room. So again, this is where you could drench it. You could turn sync off and just have nice big decay like this. Get rid of your width or just have it like mono like this. Sounds really weird, actually. I don't know any other reverb plugin that allows like the stereo width to be played with. That's pretty cool. Probably is, but this is very intuitive here. We can turn drive off. Freeze it there. And it sounds unreal. It sounds so good. You got diffusion and pre-delay here. We haven't even played with this. We'll increase the frequency band for the EQ. The width is awesome for adding just depth to your track. I actually really like this. And you do have a gate function as well down below here. So you could essentially you could sidechain into here like a bass drum or something. Have it ducking. Choose your threshold as well. It's really nice, gives you a visual down here on how much would be getting affected. Attack, hold and release in your floor function down here. So that's just a really nice addition, especially for this type of plugin. I think that's all the types, and we're back to space. So I actually didn't mind room on this. I'll probably just put a bit of decay like that, have a bit of size. Cool. All right, let's move on to another instrument so I don't absolutely bore you to death with that freaking little riff there. I'm just going to pull this back to how I had it. Don't want to ruin my track. I mean, as I said, it's not really a track, just an idea. Now, I want to show you, actually, there's another section. I mean, it's the same riff, different sound. I think it's this one. Wait, let me just check. Is it this one from here? This is a good example. So I already put a BXR. It's the same riff, I'm sorry. But I've got echoes on it and it sounds really good. And I'll just show you how it sounds with this particular sound, because it sort of, this is more of a stabby sound, same riff, but actually you guys want to hear the full thing. It's not great. Don't get excited. Here we go. It's just got a bass drum, I think. Now listen to it with it off. It's really dry. There's no depth, no width. There is a little bit of delay going on here. That's from the actual VST itself, the Mini Freak V. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit of a techno-y sort of banger. There's not much here, but listen to the depth when I put this back on. It works so well on this particular sound. I could increase the decay a bit. Could drench it up there. Use it as like a build-up. That's actually not a bad idea. I like that. Anyway, I think it sounds really good on this sound, and that's a perfect example of a very good preset that sort of works with it. All right, we'll jump over to, now I want to show you how it affects on drums. I mean, it's not really drums, but percussion. I got a clap sound here, and let me go down to this clap sound. I don't think I've got an aura on here at all at the moment. Might have taken it off for the show. Let me just turn off our automation here just so we can see what's going on. Jump down here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know what I'm doing on Ableton Live. All right, so this is a little clap. Absolutely dry, terrible sounding clap. It's a 707 sample, and I think I use this as an example. I mean, that's a pretty bad sounding clap, but we chuck on the BX Aura. We'll go through, we'll find something that works on percussion, just adding depth. Already fixes it. Sounds amazing on percussion. Yeah, you just do something like that. Just have a little bit of depth in it. We can try a different... I wouldn't put echoes on the claps, too messy. Actually, that reverse effect is pretty cool on claps. Oh, that sounds messy. That is actually hilarious. We could sync the delay on the front of it, maybe. Let's just see if that works. Nah, it's a bit messy too. Room. Yeah, probably just for a clap, room seems to be the one to go. Just work out how much decay you want. But with that width, that stereo width here, that sounds awesome. And if we listen to that in the mix, gosh, where am I? I got the GUI so massive, I can barely see. Let me just unsolo the track. So it sounds like this in the mix, and then I'll turn it off just so you can see it. My goodness, this is just massive. Here we go. All right, let's have a listen to this. So you can hear already in the mix, sounds pretty good. I'll turn it off just so you get an example of how that would sound. Pretty dry, pretty boring, and I'll put it back on. It's a little bit more decay. It sounds awesome. Yeah, room seems to be the one for this. I would even put a low cut on it because something like that. Oh yeah, this track is still needing a bit of work. Yes, there is a trippy sort of breakdown bit in there. But yeah, like you get the idea how good it sounds on drums and percussion. Now, I'm not sure if there was any other part that I wanted to show you. Oh, probably just the crash. Another example of just like a terrible sounding sample on its own and then adding reverb to it. How does that sound? Okay, so that's the crash. Boring as hell, right? Chuck a BX Aura on here. And we'll work out something that works. Probably for a crash, you want to have a long, well, I do want to have a long decay and even a gate maybe, but just have a listen to this. What the heck? It's like night and day. That's with it off. And that's with it on. I mean, that just the default alone, the GUI is so big, sounds great. Did I leave it on? So off, let's listen in the mix. It kind of works. I mean, this part of the track, I'm not sure about that part. Let's go. There you go. You can hear it a bit better here. I'm just going to turn the Mini Freak V down a bit. So you can hear the crash, no love, and put the BXR on it. That's so nice. And I'm a sucker for a long decay. I don't know how this is going to sound, but we'll just try it very simply. maybe an echoes on it. I'll just have a listen to that. Maybe freeze. Oh, actually, there is one thing I was trying, which is really interesting. I'm just going to take this one off here. I did have, you know, the time delay on that BXR. You can play with it and you can automate it. Let me just show you that. So if I jump over to our automation mode here, check this out. So I've automated the size, and listen to this. And I've just got it on the space mode. I did do that. Yeah, that's cool. So really good for little interesting sort of build-ups or pitch modding, that sort of thing. Pitch and time shaping, sorry. It sounds really cool. And it's sort of going up. Just adds like an element of tension, especially for something like this here. It's again. Really nice. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show you with the BX Aura. I mean, it is really easy to use. It's really nicely laid out. There's no like back end complexity here. It's all on the front panel. It all makes sense and it all flows from one section to the next. And you can see even on such a simple track like the one I've showed you today, it's not even a song really, it's just an idea, as I said. It's just awesome and fun and inspirational, and I'm really enjoying it. And I just love the flow, the mix, the decay. Even for someone like myself that really doesn't understand much about reverb algorithms, it's very easy to follow this and understand. The drive section adds a bit of character. You got the gate here. I still sort of got to learn how the gate works, but I like the idea of being able to automate the size here and the freeze functions and just sort of build tension and build up on your track. It's very easy to do it with this plugin. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are of this plugin down below. Leave a comment down below. Make sure to hit like if you did like this video today. And thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to hit subscribe on the way out before you leave if you want to see more videos like this, because of course we have always exciting new products, software and hardware alike on the show. And thank you so much for joining me on Emlyn in the Mix today. We'll be back next week with a new episode. Till then, thank you and peace out. Boom. Hey, thanks for listening to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast. Here you will find all the latest in music technology, software and hardware, interviews and more. Also, don't forget to check out the Emlyn in the Mix YouTube channel today. Till next time, keep it real.